Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. And as you can see, I'm in my garage, and I'm going to do a little video here where I want to address a question that a concern that some people do have regarding using a rotary with a shower feed system. But before I get there, I just wanted to show you guys what's going on out here. I don't know if you remember in other times when I've been here in the garage, and I take a look out the door here, and off in the distance there we see the mountains. Notice there's no mountains there. There's what you call the Great Nothing. And unfortunately what we're looking at is major buildup of smoke in the Okanagan Valley, because we've got a whole bunch of wildfires going, and I know that's going on in down along the west coast in Oregon and California, and here in BC we're having a tremendous amount of fires and a lot of loss of property, and I guess even maybe I think some people have even been lives have been taken in this. So that's what's going on in the Okanagan Valley this summer. Last summer we didn't hardly have anything for fires, but once every 2 or 3 years we have a really bad smoke buildup. Sometimes it's from fires in the valley or in the area, you know, in the province, or sometimes it's Oregon, south of the border, the smoke comes up. But anyway, we've got a real bad situation going on here this year, and I can taste the smoke. It's quite obvious, and of course there's ash falling on the vehicles, and definitely not a good situation. And at other places it seems that there's tremendous floods going on. I guess there was a big flash flood in Utah just, was it yesterday, I think? Anyway, lots of upset and the weather going on, as I'm sure you all well know. But let's go and talk about carpet cleaning and using the rotary, and the reason why I've got this machine sitting here. And as you can see, I've got a pad driver and a pad underneath there. And the question, or the concern that's come up, is that using a shower feed system would be counterproductive, because the idea is that you want to keep the pad dry, spray the carpet, either pre-spray or have a machine with a spray system on it. Whereas shower feeding, the thought is that if you shower feed, you will actually continually wash solution through the pad, and it'll just wash dirt into the backing of the carpet. And I've been doing it with shower feed system now for 26 years, and I can categorically state that that is not the case, and I'll show you why that is. And there is certainly a technique to doing this correctly, and if you were to just indiscriminately kind of pull the valve open and just soak down the pad and just keep on pouring the water through, then yeah, you will saturate the pad pretty quick, and you will run into a problem. But if you're doing this correctly, which would be to judiciously, is that a word? Yes. Carefully apply your cleaning solution from your tank using your valve there, and the goal is only to keep the pad damp, not saturate the pad. If after you've done a few rooms you go to pick up that pad and it's dripping wet, you are definitely using way too much water. Ideally, when you stop using your pad, you should be able to pull that pad driver off the pad, and the top of the pad will feel dry. At least pretty much all of it in here, because as you can see, the way this works is as the machine applies the solution, and this machine, the solution drops down right over here. So it's inboard of the where the holes are that go through the pad driver, but the cleaning solution will immediately spin out to the outer edge, and it'll dribble down or drain down on the outside of the pad driver into the top of the pad. But it does actually go right through pretty quick, actually. But so the only part that gets wet on the top is actually the outer inch or two. And the inner part of it almost always remains pretty much dry unless you're over wetting the pads. So I'll show you how that works, and I'll just run over the floor here a little bit, and we'll just do we'll take a look at that, see how it turns out. And I have my little lock right there, my little hose clamp, so I know exactly where to lock the handle. And so you can see I'm feeding solution down right now. And I'm just going to work my way forward. Is it on and off, and on and off, and on and off. That's typically about how much I would be applying if I was doing a carpet, on and off. You can see a lot of it actually gets spun out or flung out as I go. On and off, on and off, and on and off. And then maybe I might kind of go over an area without any solution being applied. Just do a little bit of extra scrubbing. And normally when I clean, I actually do pre-scrub with a fiber pad, and then I put a dry Ironman pad on and go over it with a dry Ironman pad. And that's normally how I do most jobs. Although sometimes, if the carpet is in really good shape, no obvious soiled areas or bad stains to speak of, I might go straight to an Ironman pad and again shower feed there. So let's take a look. Drop the pad off. Pull the pad driver right off. Park it right there. So it's dry right here. Dry. I can't feel any moisture till about here. So that's the only part that's getting wet. Here is dry. And doing this the correct way, by not over applying a solution, you will almost never find the center part of the pad gets wet. See, it actually, interestingly enough, it's actually still dry right here. Now, mind you, that will get wet or as it absorbs more, of course. But so I've been doing this, as I said, 26 years, using the shower feed system. The key to doing it correctly is to not over wet the pad. Don't apply more solution than you need to get the job done. And there are many advantages to using the shower feed, and as opposed to either using a pre-spray pressure sprayer or even having a machine with a spray on it. And that is that, well, for one thing, you don't have to take a can of solution in to pre-spray. I normally just put a couple of gallons. For most of my jobs, I'll put a couple of gallons into the tank, and that's all I need for most jobs that I do in homes anyway. So I don't have to take that. As far as dwell time, I know that's one thing people will say, well, what about dwell time? Well, normally speaking, I'm going to go over the traffic areas first, and then go back and go over it again with the, go over the traffic areas first with a fiber pad, applying the solution, then I go back over again afterwards with an Ironman pad. So I got plenty of dwell time. I find it's much more consistent in the application than if you're concentrating on just keeping the pad damp all the time rather than spraying. One area might get sprayed heavier than another. There's better control over every inch of the carpet that you're cleaning when you can do it that way. There's only one that I'm aware of, only one rotary that is currently being made with a spray system. Maybe there's another one or two, I don't know about them, but I know that JohnnyLink makes a machine. And I actually had a machine similar to the one that I have right here that I did some experimenting by putting a pump on it and a spray system, and I did some work with that, and I didn't like it. I didn't think it worked well with the way that the machine, you go left to right, and normally speaking, going forward and back isn't really a comfortable way to use a rotary. They call them swing machines for a reason, because you can swing them left and swing them right as you walk forward, and it's a natural movement. And applying your spray, it just doesn't, I don't think it works as well. That's only my opinion. I get that there's others that would disagree, but I did experiment with it and decided that wasn't the way to go. There was no advantage. And of course, then you have to have a separate pump, which could break, and a switch, which could break. And whereas with with the tank, all you have is a mechanical, the shaft that goes down to the simple valve on the bottom there that is virtually foolproof. They're very inexpensive to replace if they ever wear out. I've actually never replaced one because it wore out, although I have replaced them because they got old, and I thought I better replace it before it did wear out. But I've never worn one out in 26 years. It's just a simple way to go, and it does work. It works fine. Like I say, I've been doing this 26 years with a shower feed system. I know there's lots of other guys out there who are using shower feed, and more guys are realizing how simple and easy it is to go this way. It's just trouble-free. It's consistent, and it works. And take a look at this again. The moisture is only there's a couple of inches where it's wet, and it's completely dry all in here. This is dry, and so bear that in mind. As most of you know who watch my channel, I do promote the use of the rotary as the primary machine for residential carpet cleaning. And if you've been watching my videos, you've heard me give my reasons over the years. And I do have OP machines. There's my two main ones right there, and that is an Orbot, of course, and an Orbitech sitting beside it. Both excellent machines. But in my experience, and after trying everything, I just couldn't find a better machine for VLM cleaning in the home than the rotary. It's simple, easy, reliable. There's so many options for attachments, pads and fiber pads, or cotton pads, synthetic pads, brush, yeah, I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to use an OP in a home. Also, they're a little more compact than the wheels down machines, and with a tank on, with a shower feed, I think it's just the better way to go. But that's my own opinion, and I know there's other guys out there who have actually come to that conclusion, who have been carpet cleaning for some time, and many even previous OP users are going back to the rotary for a reason, and it's because they too are finding what I'm saying is true. But anyway, we don't have to overthink what we're doing. The simple, basic, rock-solid rotary is an excellent choice. It's a machine you should always have in your arsenal anyway. And anyway, I guess I can't say any more about that other than just experiment with your own machine and see if it's what I'm saying isn't true. But remember, if you get in the center of that pad soaking wet, then you're definitely using too much solution, and you need to back off. You're getting the carpet too wet, and it doesn't help you at all. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. Have a good day.